figure out the height of cut on here right now, so have this flat on the ground, putting the stick down here and put a mark on here so I can measure this. So we got 3/4 of an inch right on the dot. So it's day 9 today, and you're probably thinking to yourself, there's no way that he's going to be mowing this grass already. But when it comes to real mowing, and especially ryegrass and the turf type tall fescue, they start coming out of the ground and they start growing very, very quickly. So if I want to maintain this at 3/4 of an inch, you can see here on this clip that I just took, there's definitely some grass that's getting 1.5 inches, somewhere around there right now. But what I have done to make this the least aggressive option as possible in terms of the first mow is this manual reel mower that I'm going to be using. It works great just to cut clean on that first mow, but also that you can pick it up, move it around. You don't have to be making any turns with wheels or anything like that. So if you can swing it and you want to do some reel mowing, it's not a bad idea to have a manual reel mower. They're not super expensive. It's a good option to have in terms of a backup in any emergency situation where maybe your other mower goes down and you need to do a reel mow here or there. I got this thing set at 3/4 of an inch. That's where I want to maintain, and I'm going to mow this thing. So you can see there, it's not too difficult to tread lightly and get that mowed. And I'm gonna notice right now that there's definitely a few spots that I could overseed. So especially with ryegrass, as soon as it gets to about 9 or 10 days and you are looking at doing that first mow and you see maybe some bare spots or some really thin spots, this has a long way to go to mature yet, but at the same time, it's not going to magically spread into really thin areas. So I don't wait too long in terms of the overseed. Just putting out a light amount of seed by hand in some of those thinner, bare type spots, it's gonna help a lot to make sure that this comes in evenly. And we're gonna start watering it again, and that seed will get worked down in there next to the other grass that's already getting established, and it works great. So this is growing in really well. And I'm gonna take this blanket off already because it's starting to grow through there like crazy. And I don't like to keep these on here if I don't have to for very long, to let the grass just naturally come in and I can start mowing it and all that. Gotta find my stakes here. That one. Just be very careful when you're taking these off. See what I mean by they're real messy compared to the straw, although the straw likes to sometimes fall out of the netting. These are just not my favorite. How about on more of a normal height grass? Can you just use a regular rotary mower that you have? Sure. Definitely. You just want to make sure that you are as careful as possible, tread as lightly as possible when you're doing your turns and all that stuff, but it'll definitely work. I'll show you. Alright, so you're going to see the grass laid over likely where your wheels went, and you don't need to worry about that. It will bounce back up. It's just doesn't have a whole lot of a root system right now yet to stand up straight, but it'll get there. So don't worry about that. No issues there. You can definitely put the rotary mower on there too, and that'll work. The other thing I didn't have a chance to do the day I was seeding was put down some type of fertilizer on the fine fescue plots and the clover. I'm going to do that today. This is just a triple 13 you can get usually locally at a store. That will also work fine for a starter fertilizer if you don't have anything specific. Back in the shade section, and I don't see any germination down here yet, but that's not surprising because I seeded later than everything else, and this is just going to go off of whatever rainfall we get. That's pretty much how it's going to be done down here. I may be able to bring a water tank and a pump down here at some point if it really gets dry, but if it continues to rain every once in a while, then in this shade section it does hold on to moisture a lot longer. But I wanted to show you one section. This, of course, right here, these two plots. So this is ryegrass, bluegrass over on that side that you saw me plant. If you watched that other video there, ryegrass already coming up down here. Just does not care about ideal conditions or anything else. I'm going to be interested to see how well this does in this all day. It looks like this is about as much filtered light as it gets. And especially during the midday sun, these trees are blocking all of this right here. So I'll be interested to see how it does, but it's growing already. This is looking good, just needs to be mowed. But I'll be interested to see over here how well that these dormant spots come back or not. And this thing just definitely enjoyed the rainfall. Looks good down here too.